it seems to be more prevalent in this country that we live in, that a lot of people, if you just know somebody, it's like, oh, like, imagine the Godfather is saying that you would not enter the jail.
Yeah.
Like you would not spend any time in the prison. And it's like, wow.
Yeah,
Like,
you
so
speaking
basically,
of,
you know, they said he would go and go into the prison when he has a visitor and then welcome the visitor. So act like he's in the prison and then welcome the visitor.
I
And
didn't
then
hear that.
when the visitor goes back to his
His
apartment
apartment.
and furnished apartment
That's
and stays. And it's just so sad. It's like when you look at the situation, it's like it speaks to a deeper thing. It's like, what
yeah.
are we doing as a society? Hello, beautiful people. You're welcome to Spotlight Nigeria, your place for informative news, everything interesting that's going on in Nigeria. You're on Spotlight Nigeria on botchpot.com, and today you have Miko, and
You have eco.
today we have a beautiful show for you guys because a lot has been happening in Nigeria. A lot that actually speaks to, I guess, the culture in our society. Now, we were talking about this offline and we said, let's bring it to your ears. Let's have that conversation here so that everybody can get to partake and, put your thoughts. So something happened recently. The well-known social figure, social activist VDM put up a voice note alleging that Bobrisky, who you would remember was charged with were defacing the Nigerian naira and sent to prison, actually didn't go to prison, right? He was put in an apartment outside of the prison walls. And this has led to a lot of conversation in the polity, like, okay, what's happening? Is this how it happens for people who are well-to-do? So that's what we wanted to talk about. So, Iko, what do you think about this topic?
The main thing about this topic is it's not even the fact that he didn't go to jail, blah blah blah. It's the fact that this situation might be a reflection of our justice system. And it feels like it's not just him, it might be a lot of other individuals. It's like if that's what's happening, then there is no justice system. There's no justice system because why would a regular human being, you can't say anybody is too special to be in jail.
Yeah.
If you're in
Especially
jail,
if they're caught, if they're found guilty.
Found guilty.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be put in a special cell. Even though we had like preconceptions that this used to happen, like Pablo Escobar, all this. But even though this is something that it hits so close to home because VDM has been, breaking down the situation, and it's much larger implication for our Nigerian justice system because it's not just about the high profile individual, it's about the regular Nigerian. It's like saying, okay, jail is meant for only the normal people.
And you know what even happens? It's even scarier that there are a lot of people who are put in jail for nothing. Like a big man will just come and arrest. There's this popular story of a guy who didn't want to work for this big man anymore, and you just announced that he was leaving the employ, and the big man just had police officers come, arrest him, and put him in jail, and he was there for 2 years. You understand? So there was no recourse, right? So you would find a lot of people in prison actually serving time.
Yeah.
They've not been charged nothing. You understand? Or very flimsy offenses. However, a stipulated person that was actually put in jail, found guilty and put in prison because the person has a godfather. Or
speaking of Godfather, so it even reminds us about how much deeper this situation is. Remember how they included Femi Falana, included Fowles, the whole Falana family saying that Femi Falana and Fowles approached Bobrisky and told him he can appeal for
pardon,
presidential pardon and all that. And then VDM released an audio tape which Bobrisky claims is AI. I don't know. does that even make sense?
Well, you see, the thing is, not going into the weeds of these things, because I mean, that part, the part you just mentioned, is actually in court right now. I think. The Falanas have a suit against VDM because there were some things that he alleged on his own that were not even in the voice notes. But however, see, the thing is, we want to concentrate on the fact that the people, the so-called rich people, or the so-called people with connections, get away with stuff that the ordinary people don't, and especially in our system. Now, this happens everywhere.
It happens everywhere.
It happens everywhere. Like literally, the rich people will skirt by, the people with political connections with power would skirt by. However, it seems to be more prevalent in the country. It seems to be more prevalent in this country that we live in, that a lot of people, if you just know somebody, it's like, oh, imagine the Godfather is saying that you would not enter the jail.
Yeah.
Like you would not spend any time in the prison. And it's like, wow. Like
you
so basically, they said he would go into the prison when he has a visitor and then welcome the visitor. So act like he's in the prison and then welcome the visitor. And then when the visitor goes back to his apartment. And furnished apartment and stays. And it's just so sad. It's like when you look at the situation, it's like it speaks to a deeper thing. It's like, what are we doing as a society? Like, again, you see people around.
Yeah.
A lot of persons, just because someone has influence, you don't care how they got the influence, you don't care how they got the money, they have preferential treatment, even in the lower rungs of society. You understand? So what do we do? Like, we do not, there's just the double standard is getting wider and wider.
Honestly, I feel like this double standard, it's kind of worldwide. Because remember what happened with Donald Trump? He's actually convicted. Is he convicted?
No, why is he convicted?
I don't think he's convicted.
No, but like the thing is, I feel like
you can just check it right now.
Yeah, but that's a different. It's a different case because
how is it different?
It's an unprecedented case. In America, they've never done that to a former president before. So you can say that, okay, it's just like a novel thing. But we've seen this kind of things. We've seen EFCC process someone and then send them to jail. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But this one, a lot of people are saying that this particular thing
it's the same thing happening with Yaya Bello.
Yes.
Which he even took EFCC to court. Like, that's how.
No, but it's so crazy because the EFCC chairman goes, oh, he would resign. If he doesn't get him, and then he's still in the seat.
It's just so painful, man. It's almost like our country is running backwards.
That's another thing, because that there was a money laundering charge added to Bobrisky's list of charges.
Yeah, money laundering. Yeah, exactly.
Apart from the defaming of the money, there was a money laundering charge that was removed apparently because Bobrisky paid some sum of money,
15 million.
Yes, and so it's like, oh, so you can pay money and then your charge gets dropped. That's how we're doing it now. And it's like, why is this happening? Why are we running a society where this can happen? And then you realize that the actual agencies that are supposed to police corruption are actually corrupting themselves.
Isn't it the same thing this guy did? What's his name? This Cubana guy, the Cubana chief priest.
No, but they never charged him. Yeah, they never charged him. So he was in prison. Like he was never charged in court. He was seen as exempt in court. And that's the thing. So Bobrisky was actually charged.
Why was he charged? It's not the same.
It's the same.
It's not the same defamation that he did.
But I think they had. They had different lawyers.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
But Bobrisky actually pled guilty.
He pled guilty,
and so he was charged. Cubana chief priest never got to that level. So it's not.
So basically, you're saying just get a good lawyer.
Yes, but more than that, Bobrisky never served time. Clearly, I mean, from all indication, Bobrisky never served time. Because you know how this thing all came about. Bobrisky was owing someone money because apparently they froze his accounts or whatever. So how this voice note came about is because he was asking for money from someone so that, they can pay these people, whoever the people were, but probably prison service or EFCC. And Bobrisky, after getting out, didn't pay this person. So this person has been asking for it, and then this person finally releases the voice notes to VDM, who now broadcasts it because Bobrisky hasn't paid the person.
Yeah.
So now after these voice notes were released, Bobrisky starts calling the person like, come and take your money, come and take your money, come and take your money. So that's already like, okay, all of a sudden you're interested in giving this person the money when you were threatening the person. In fact, Bobrisky even started blackmailing the person, saying, oh, why did you kiss me? Because you know how we see the gay thing.
Why did you what?
Yes. Bobrisky actually started threatening the person that, why did you do this to me? Why did you kiss me? Why? Because we know how we see the gay thing, especially in Nigeria. So it's like the person would feel, will feel like cowed. So the person wouldn't say exactly what happened. Yeah. Well, the person wouldn't come out and say, this person cheated me. And then the guy didn't care. And obviously you see the result. So Bobrisky now starts calling the person, come and take your money. Where should I send the money? Where should I send the money? And everything like that. And it's like, oh, so all these things had to come out first before you realize that, oh, you can pay this person back.
Yeah.
So now we're now having, like, by all indications, it seems like these actual things happened, that he was never in prison. And it's like, so does it mean that all you need to do is just get connections in Nigeria?
Yeah, that's where
regardless of your offense.
That's where it's pointing towards.
Because I mean, it feels like now, if someone can get away with this, they can get away with murder.
Facts.
And they do get away with murder.
Yeah.
I mean, we've heard, like, again, like you said, you rightly said, we hear these stories, but we don't think, or we don't see it play out in real life until, like, it's hitting home more. It's like, well, we all thought you were in prison and now you're out.
So it's so crazy, because even on Instagram, one of his posts, somebody commented, the person was like, be like, say, this guy no even go jail or something like that.
Yes.
Then Bobrisky, replied to the comment, was like, no, loud down. Like, mouth. You put your mouth put you in a very difficult situation. And now it's most likely that he's going to go back to prison.
No, but I do feel, in all seriousness, that it's right that he exposes himself, because now we see it for what it is. We see the corrupt system. You understand? We would have thought that the system worked and put him in prison, but now we see that the system is actually corrupt.
To be honest, like,
you thought he was in prison, right?
Me, I never thought that our system was just and
no. We both never thought.
I even expected,
but we both thought that at least he would serve that time, even though he would be served in a special place. We didn't think that he was in an apartment outside of prison. Did you think that?
I didn't think that exactly.
That's the point.
But I most likely thought that he didn't go to prison. Bobrisky would.
You thought he was in his house?
Not in his house. He definitely was not in prison. Even if he was in prison, maybe in a VIP section.
No, that's exactly. So we thought that. So I thought that as well. So this thought that you had, I had as well. I had a thought that he was in prison, but like a special section. Right? You know how all these mob bosses in movies, when they're in prison, but they're in a different part of prison where they have a cook and they have all these things, but you're still within prison. You're still, your movement is still restricted. However, he's not even in the prison. He's not even in prison walls. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And
this is just Bobrisky.
Yes, thank you. Please speak more to that. Speak more to that. Just Bobrisky. Because I feel like the viewers need to understand what you mean by that. So compare him to, like, in his status in society versus people even higher, and speak to that a little bit.
It's so crazy because here, right, is saying that the cross-dresser claimed the judge sentenced him unjustly for spraying his hard-earned money. It's against the law to spray money. Which one is sentencing you unjustly? Saying, unfortunately, I encountered a very terrible judge. The judge wasn't showing up. He wasn't available, he said. Honestly, I just feel like this Bobrisky guy, his deeds have caught up to him. His deeds have caught up to him.
I don't feel like his deeds have caught up to him yet, to be honest. Like,
yet?
As long as he's not
because
in prison.
He's gay?
No, as long as he's not in prison, they've not caught up to him. Like, he can still escape. He still has godfathers. I mean, did you see the when the guys went to court? To the House of Reps. Did you see the proceedings? For VDM, the Comptroller General of Prisons, I think that's his title. When he went, he starts talking about
a couple of
yes, I know,
prison wardens.
I know. However, did you hear him say that he doesn't know that he's suspended?
Yeah, he said they didn't serve him a letter. He found out that he was suspended on the internet, on social media.
But more than that, that means he's still going around as the Comptroller General. But more than that, he goes, "Oh, we couldn't have put him in prison because of he had the."
They couldn't have put him in a gay prison because he would have been, eaten alive. That's what he said.
In a gay prison.
Yeah.
We don't have a gay prison.
Like prison now.
They could have put him in a regular.
Now mostly guys in prison now.
Yes, exactly.
So if you put him there and guys that are in prison if you've been in prison for a long time, I don't think you've been in prison. Neither have I. But if you've been in prison for a long time, you tend to, shift towards that side, the gay side.
Okay, you said it, not me. I don't know.
It's true now. It's not like the speculation. You act like say you know something at the end. You guys understand what I'm saying? So apparently, if Bobrisky had been put in prison, he would have been eaten alive because he has had cosmetic surgery to make himself look like a woman, and you know how these guys are in prison. These guys are wild animals. They'll fuck him to pieces. So yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I just feel like there needs to be a reckoning. There needs to be people need to pay for the fact that
crimes.
Like, yeah, because now it's obvious, yeah. And I just feel like there needs to be an example made. If we know these things have been happening, let's not act like these things are not happening. But like, there needs to be an example made that okay, once it's exposed, basically, like literally, you'll serve double the time you're supposed to serve, and you'll. Yeah,
I see you.
I think that's the next step that we have to take. Just to have any semblance of normalcy in the nation.
Yeah, but I'm so glad that this case is actually getting refocused on, and most likely Bobrisky is going to go back to jail. That's just the bottom line. We are glad that you guys joined us for this topic, this very interesting topic. It's still going to be more interesting as the weeks come by. Let us know what you guys think about it down in the comment section. Leave a like, subscribe, and we would, see you guys on our next episode.
Yeah, cheers.